It's I, Super Tendo Boy, and here I am for another episode of Minecraft Map Mondays. And yes, I realize that the last one was on a Tuesday, but you can all just ignore that and pretend it never happened. Good? Good. Glad we understood. Okay, so this adventure map, I actually made for someone, kind of as a gift, almost as a thank you. It was quite rushed though, so the terrain looks amazing, but the redstone is not exactly top notch. I think I made this entire adventure map in 3 days. So yeah, it didn't really have a name, but it takes place on the Pelican Isles, which is a group of islands that I made up here, and you can see a map of right here. There we go. And so this is just sort of supposed to be an open world, fun little adventure map where you can just explore. But there's also the objective of collecting all of 4 of these artifact things. But I'm going to show you guys everything in this map. It actually took me quite a while to reset because I didn't make a backup of this map when the person I sent it to actually played it. So I had to get the file back from them, and then I had to reset all the redstone. But if we look in this like weird chest in Soul Sand, there's a Song of Storms, which is a reference to The Legend of Zelda. And when I use this map, it starts raining, and then I can use it again, and it slowly stops. So the first thing on our little adventure here is this hut. With a fine woman, Squidward, named Tina Brewer, and she obviously makes potions, as you can see. And we have the slime here that can jump around so happily, and there's a potion here called a tree jumper. That's all the potion is called. That's it. And then over here we have a little a Jeb sheep that's changing color. And in this chest, we have a potion of rainbow. So what we can just go ahead and do is you can drink this potion of rainbow, and voila, we are taken into a very trippy land of rainbows and Jeb sheep. But our quest here is to get the nightmare gem, which is one of the artifacts. By the way, the player just has to figure this all out. It's like one of those old traditional adventure maps that tells you absolutely nothing. You're welcome. And then what we do is we just find these soul boxes, and they each have a nightmare soul in each one. And then we can just grab each one right here. There's one up here. And, oh, yep, you can hear a villager getting hurt. And then there's one, oh, I'm out of food. Oh well, I guess I can just starve to death. I think this is an easy mode. Anyway, so we can take these nightmare souls, pop them in here. And it's broken. So, actually, the reason this is actually broken on purpose, because I know it sounds terrible, like I'm just making this up on the spot, but most of the redstone in this entire map was actually broken, so I didn't fix anything, actually, so, you know, that's genius. Just because I wanted to show you guys that I didn't exactly work very well under pressure when making this map, as you can tell. But was actually supposed to happen, by the way, the person who I sent this to was not, they enjoyed the map, but, since I had 3 to 4 days to finish it, obviously, a lot of the redstone didn't work because I didn't have time to test it. But anyway, once you, what it should have done, originally, and it right now, is it gives you a little nightmare gem. By the way, you saw me get into creative mode to fix it. You don't have to tell anybody. It can just be our little secret. Okay? Good. Okay. So here we have the nightmare gem, and what we can do is we can We can bring it up here. Hold on, I'm gonna go into creative mode again. I don't like being that person that just cheats their way through the adventure map. But this adventure map was actually broken, and I don't want to ruin the aesthetic effect of these adventure maps, these really old adventure maps I've made, because if I fix them and make them better, then that doesn't make it that adventure map anymore. Such as, what you were originally supposed to do was throw the artifacts here, and once you threw all of them on, it would activate and tell you you won the adventure map. But it doesn't, so that's nice. But anyway, this is an open world adventure map, so there's supposed to be lots of exploration. Come in here, we got Jacques and Jacques. Then there's the Bickers, I guess. I don't know. And then we got this little tiny island over here with a secret floating ladder. And if we go down, we have Buck Swashler's Cove, and there's some combination lever or levers here. And there's a certain combination to them, excuse me. But, we don't know that. Well, I do, but we gotta figure it out. But if you look back here, there's a sign that says dock. That's a secret hint to how you figure out the combination for the levers. Anyway, so if we come over here, we can see a little house, I guess. And it's titled Pauf's Staying Place. So Pauf is a character in this adventure map that we're going to meet later on. A very derpy one at that. We have a little useless house here with Sally Mon and Sarah Mon. And then if we come over here, we have the Darwin astronomy area. There's Sammy Mon. I guess they're all in the same family. I don't know. I made this like quite a few months ago. I won't remember all the stuff from these. I'm actually just reminiscing upon them once again. And then we have Darwin Brewer, which is the owner of this astronomy place and has the same last name as the person that made potions back there. And he has a little telescope that looks really weird. But yeah, that has nothing to do with searching for these artifacts, which I'm going to actually do. Also, if we come over here, we can see the house of Steve Minen, who is the chief miner in the clay mine that there is in this adventure map. There's a clay mine. Anyway, you can go up there. There's just some chests. They have nothing in them. Really weird looking house. If we come over here, you can see Clow's proper hut. Clow is another character. Actually, you can see Clow right down there. Clow Nifish is actually his name. And then you can see a Salmon, which is a part of the Mon family over there. It's confusing with all these people. And then Pauf Fur, which owns that little hut over there that we saw. And they're all fishing, and if we walk up to them, they have a conversation. So forgive me for my voice acting. I'm going to read out this conversation. You know, I really do wonder why old Swashers ain't out on his fancy little dock on this fine day. I do too, Pauf. He's always bragging about how much better it is than our fishing setup. 'Tis but a minuscule feat, that so-called dock of Buck Swashlers. Honestly, I believe the gentleman is hiding in his secret cove, pondering the meaning of his own stupidity. That there airhead, he be ambitious and dumb, but I doubt he thinks it. Probably bet he's the smartest guy in Pelican Island. True, but I bet he's still in his cove, cradling that fruit of his, or maybe the secret cove doesn't exist, and he lost the last jungle fruit years ago. There we go. That, sir, I know for a fact. Once a time lay my eyes on an intricate carvings at his dock that must have meant a code leading to his cove. How though, I have not the slightest idea. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what came over me. It was just a brief storm of terrible voice acting. No, I'm just kidding. Judge what you will about how I read that, but what I was trying to accomplish was, I think I wanted it so Salmon spoke normally, Clow Nifish was supposed to be really proper, and Pau Fur was supposed to be southern. I'm trying to figure out the most political way to state his situation and voice, I guess. But anyway, what they pretty much hinted to is that cove that we saw, Buck Swashler's Cove. They told me, pretty much, they told us, we're here together, pretend, that there is a clue to Buck Swashler's Cove to get the last jungle fruit, which is one of the artifacts in the cove. And we can see we have these arrows. Up, okay, no, down, down, up, 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 down. So that's the code to pull the levers. You guys remember that for me, okay? I'm not going to remember once we get over there. But this is Buck Swashler's house, I guess. He's not very good at architecture. Or, I'm not, I guess I should say. Also, there's this house, which I'm ashamed of. It's Flora Elson's natural abode. And there's a bunch of nature stuff. And there is a Fiora Elson making grunting noises and walking on her waist around her house. I think we should leave. The last thing, well, no, actually, there's quite a few things left. Sorry. Another thing I'm going to show you guys is this tree up here. There's a big jungle tree, and this is where the last jungle fruit was harvested, which is that thing that's apparently in the cove, that artifact. There's a lot of really stupid backstory I put to this adventure map, but never actually said in the adventure map. Also, jungle half slabs that do that. It's a secret. Anyway, you can actually jump puzzle or parkour your way up this tree. And actually, when you guys download the map in the description, I challenge you guys to actually go through the whole thing. Yeah, I made it extremely difficult. I did actually make it through myself, the whole thing, but you're supposed to be able to go on the top. But if you went to that potion lady's house and you got the tree jumper, then what you can do is you could drink the tree jumper potion and you can get right on top. Whoops, I jumped again. I think I'm just going to stay right here. Because if I jump... Okay, the jump boost is out. Good. But anyway, yeah, then you can use that to jump all the way up here. And then there's this emerald block. And if you look really closely, there's a little hitbox right here. And then if I right-click the emerald block, it gets destroyed. And I get the jungle gem, which is another one of the artifacts that I need to collect. So now we have 2 of them. And now let's get down. I guess we're just gonna have to parkour our way down, because I don't exactly want to die. Never mind. I guess we get to die anyway. Yay! Okay. So, I'm just gonna go into creative mode real quick, instead of using a jump cut, because, you know, laziness. So we're just going to head back over to where I died, and I'm going to show you guys where you get the last artifact. Well, there's actually one more artifact we have to get, but we've already been to the place where it is, which is that cove there. Anyway, so we can pick up our steak, the jungle gem, the nightmare gem, and the Song of Storms. And so the last place we're going to is the clay mine. Yay! And the reason there's a clay mine is because this is an island, and in normal Minecraft, around oceans, it's really easy to find clay. So I just thought it would make sense that this island's main export is clay. By the way, there's a bunch of trees here with apples on them. You might have seen this from some other video. Hint, hint. Time lapse. Anyway, those are actually custom player heads. Anyway, if you didn't know. So if we can come down here, there's Steve minin', and if we walk up here, you can actually hear an anvil sound. And there's a bunch of miners here. We got Teddy Axe. We got all kinds of people. I'm not going to read all their names. There's also this minecart that goes through this whole entire track here. And when it gets to the end, way over here, hold on, there's a little tunnel it goes through that you can't actually go into yourself. And then it gets destroyed and it is resummoned all the way back there. It doesn't have anything in it, but it goes by every single miner just to like signify that they like put their own clay in there, like as they're mining the clay. This glass was also supposed to be quartz. I don't know what I was thinking though, because I mean, when you find natural quartz, it's usually not this transparent. Oh well. Oh, Buck Swashler whispers to you, "Hey, you there. I don't know if you know me, but I stopped fishing today because I remembered I buried something in here in the mine a few years ago, and now I've become a miner again to find it. Do you mind helping me find it?" So he's asking us to help him find something that he lost down here in the mine quite a few years ago. What's this? A suspicious lever that I had no idea was here. How odd. Let's pull that. Ta-da! And there's a chest here. And it has, If I Ever Forget Where My Cove Is, by Buck Swashler. It says, "Dear Book of Yet to Come, your cove is on that one tiny island a few meters off the Pelican's Beak." Which is supposed to hint to the player where, his cove is, if you haven't already found it. We already saw it. And if you looked, on the island map, one of the islands looks like a big toucan, but they call it a pelican for some reason. I don't know how that logic works. Ask my past self. But anyway, right off the beak of the toucan, or pelican, there's that tiny island where his cove is. Also, in here, there's pure quartz, which is the second to last artifact. So, yay, we got that. And so now, the very last artifact we can find in Buck Swashler's Cove, which is all the way over there. So we're gonna fly over there because I'm legitimate. Right? No, that's not right. Anyway, so we're gonna come way back over here. Also, I'd like to note, this map was actually intended to be much bigger, but as I told you, I had 3 to 4 days, and so I just slapped together some stuff. Tried to make an objective that you had to complete, and this is the pile of dirt that I managed to create. I don't know. Judge it what you will. Grammar. Sorry. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Do you guys remember what the combination was? What's that? You can't talk to me. That's nonsense. I can totally hear you talking right now. You're still silent. Whatever, I just remembered it myself. So take that. Yay! So I unlocked this, and here we go. We get our last jungle fruit. It's just called jungle fruit, though. It's a glistening melon, but everything in this map is renamed. And so, that concludes our adventure. We have collected all the artifacts. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to pretend like the machine up there actually works. And we're going to celebrate. By crying, probably. No, I'm actually just going to begin the outro now. As you guys know, I will be creating another episode next Monday. Hopefully it will be on a Monday like this one. And I will be showcasing a map that was actually inspired by Legend of Zelda. Also, that emerald was taken in there, because apparently the hopper was still there. I don't know why. But anyway, the next adventure map is actually heavily inspired by Wind Waker. It also has an island set up like this. But I will tell you, it looks way better, and there's way better features. But I will show that to you next Monday. So until then, hopefully I can get another adventure map episode out. Maybe, hopefully. But until then, I will see you guys next time. That's about it for this video. Thank you for watching!